the guys they've been talking about the way I do what I do.
Hey Hoochies, welcome back. Here's part 2 to life after weight loss surgery. So, I'm officially 1 year post-op. I am down 120 pounds. Here's my experience. I'm going to talk about in this video specifically how it was for me through months 1 and 6 of weight loss surgery, just because for 1 through 6 looks completely different from 6 to 12 for me. So month 1 was probably the hardest month I've ever had to deal with. When I left the hospital, I was in the hospital for, I want to say 3 days. My mom came with me. They say you need someone to come pick you up. My mom was there throughout the whole time. You have to walk. So as soon as I pretty much woke up from surgery, let's say about an hour or two later, I had to walk around the hospital. I had to just walk around the floor a couple of times. The nurses were super helpful. And they made sure that I had everything that I needed. And my mom really, you need a support system. I think that the reason why I got through so many of the milestones that I did during surgery is because I had a support system, as well as I reached out for a support system because I was just there is no way. When I came home, I kind of bounced between two places. I bounced between laying on my couch along with laying on my bed. On my bed, I did have an inclined pillow. If you want to know what that looks like, I got you guys. So I had an inclined pillow, and I used that on the couch as well as the bed, just because I didn't want to lay flat. You want to make your stomach. I have incisions. I had 6 incisions, but there was one really big one where they actually took the stomach out. That, ooh. So when you wake up, you'll actually wake up with a band around your stomach. I bought my own band. So when I came home, I had to double up, just because whenever I walked after surgery, I needed to lift my stomach up. I was literally walking oh my God, oh my God. My mother was you okay? No, I can't move my stomach. But I had to walk to relieve the gas because there's so much gas inside of you. So I would always walk with my stomach lift up. And it was very much a struggle. I had to eat 4 ounces of water, 4 hours of liquid you had to put in your body every couple of hours, and 4 ounces maybe this. But when I tell you, I could barely get anything down. Pre-surgery, I absolutely hated protein shakes. After surgery, I definitely still hate them. So that wasn't an option for me. I was I can't get protein shakes down. I don't know what to do. I did order broth. I ordered some from Wawa. So I ordered a chicken noodle scoop, but I couldn't eat the chicken or the noodle. So I strained it and I just drank the broth. So they say broth, you can eat just liquids. So I just had a whole bunch of liquids. I did eat a lot of ices. That helped a lot after surgery. A quirk. You can choose to do it or not. But after surgery, I hated this before, but I loved mukbangs. I loved watching videos of people just eat and they had to eat nasty. They had to eat in the most disgusting way for my stomach to feel satisfied. So I'll be eating an icy, but I'll be watching people just salivate over chicken or just dip it in it was just a lot. And now I could never watch these videos because they're just disgusting. Get yourself together. But post-surgery, they helped so much watching mukbangs that people eat. I don't know what it is. It was just a mental thing. And that's why majority of this surgery, you can go on the table, you can do those things, but everything after is definitely 100% mental. So, so that was after surgery. So I walked around a lot. For me, I did have some hiccups, and I had to learn, to really trust myself and say if you're not up to it, then you're not up to it. Because I did have a lot of moments where there was this one time where I was walking a lot more, but I also couldn't ingest much liquid. So it's I'm going to be dehydrated a lot more, but I'm walking. So it's super hot. It's the summertime because I did my surgery in the summer, and I wasn't getting enough hydration, but I walked out. So I walked outside. I probably attempted to do a 3-mile walk. Why would I attempt to do a 3-mile walk? I'm actually fucking nuts. So I attempted to do the 3-mile walk, and then halfway through on my way back home, I literally almost felt I was going to pass out. I couldn't breathe. A lot was going on, and I was by myself because at this point, all my friends and my mom had left, so I was by myself. Fast forward, I ended up having to take a cab home, and I was pretty out of it for the next day or two. because I just overworked myself. And that's just something that you have to kind of consider, like really trust yourself and say like, hey, you're not overdoing it. Like you're like, this is okay. Like it's okay to rest, but it's also okay to push yourself. So just knowing, like finding the balance for yourself. If you are that someone who just like, oh, I'm not trusting myself. Another thing. So that's what it was. The first 6 weeks for me, I was on the pure. When I finally got to my puree stage, I only ate eggs. I attempted tuna. Was disgusting for me. Like I instantly threw up the tuna. And now, like, not that I can't eat tuna, I just not a fan of it anymore. And I used to love tuna, but like my stomach just doesn't sit well with tuna. Then I made something called a ricotta bake. If you don't know what it is, I can just tell me. I promise you I'll put the link that I follow to make a ricotta bake. It helped me so much because it was basically like lasagna without the pasta. And I love some pasta, but it gave me that same vibe. I love cheese. So that was like my first meal when I started eating it. Like when I first started eating. And I ate that pretty much for the most part. Or if I just like cut up like chicken like really, really small and I would like measure it out. I had a scale. And that's like how much I ate. I did that for, I want to say about 9 weeks of just like eating on this like really, really tight diet. And then after the 9 weeks is when, for my doctor, they told me that I can go back to like my normal like eating. But it still wasn't normal because for the most part, I still had to put, you have to put protein first. Like there was no like, oh, let me just eat this pizza. I didn't eat pizza. I didn't eat junk food. I didn't eat any of those things. It took me a while to like wean back onto them because like, my early on, especially from months 1 through 6, my stomach can only take 2 bites. So I was literally just like, I bought plates in my house that was all kid friendly. So I didn't want to tease myself and just use my big plates. No, everything was kid friendly spoon, just because like I'm not eating very small portions like a child, and I'm tricking my mind. I have to tell my mind like, oh, you're full. Oh, you're this, because I have a smaller bowl. The smaller bowl did that for me. As far as working out, I did start working out after I was cleared for the 6 weeks, but it was just very like cardio, and then I started to lift a few weights here or there. But I was working out a lot more. So I was working out, I want to say 4 to 5 times a week. I did the Planet Fitness. I didn't have a trainer yet. If you want to get a trainer, you can, but I just couldn't afford one. But I felt like I could kind of maneuver stuff because I've always been pretty active. So I know kind of how to do something in the gym. So that was like months 1 through 6. If you have any specific questions about one thing that I had to like deal with months 1 through 6, preferably 1 through 3, and I'll talk about this more as I get in through 6 through 12. But like I gained weight. So like the first 2 weeks after surgery, when people was like, oh yeah, I lost so much weight, and I was on apps and they was like, yeah, you lose weight. I actually was gaining weight. I think that when I came home from the hospital, I was actually 10 pounds heavier, and that messed with my mind so much. So that's why like I reached out to so many people who like had the surgery and like what was their experience around it, because I didn't know like, was that normal? What was I doing wrong? I'm like, I'm not eating anything, I'm not drinking anything. How am I gaining weight? Like what's going on? But that was simply just water retention that like is normal after surgery. So when I tell you to have a support system, you need a support system, whether it's someone that you are really close with. You can have an online support system, like whatever it is, you need someone in your corner because it is super hard. So that was like months 1 through 6. If you have any specific questions about weight loss surgery months 1 through 6, please let me know. Drop the comments below. I will answer in my next video, because I'm doing another video on months 6 through 12, because that is a complete different milestone. It's a complete different like thing that you have to work through when you are getting weight loss surgery. Thank you so much. Like, follow, subscribe, follow me on everything The Fashion Lion, and I will see you in the next video.